Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of How I Made My Minecraft SMP. And this is episode number 2. I am your host, LanderYT, and we're gonna start by discussing how our server's been doing. So, we currently have 12 plugins, and when I was going to sleep yesterday, I noticed there's some missing ones. So we're gonna fill that in today, and one of the first ones is CoreProtect. So what is CoreProtect? CoreProtect is basically a plugin that lets you check who did what on the server. This is really useful if you're catching griefers and all that. So be sure, this is like a must-have for every server basically. And unless you're Anarchy, then you do you. But other than that, we're just gonna get CoreProtect, and I'm assuming you guys know the tricks of the trade now. You just download it, you just slap it on the server dashboard, and we're good. We're gonna restart the server, and we're gonna have CoreProtect, and I'll show you guys that in a second. CoreProtect is now installed on our server, so I'm gonna show you guys how this works. All right. One of the main features of CoreProtect is /co-inspect, or you can do /co-i. That also works. So now we're gonna enable it, okay? And disable. Okay. So what we want to do is we're gonna place this rest block, okay? And we're gonna get rid of it, and once we enable the CoreProtect thing, we're gonna click on it, and you guys can see right here, LanderYT place grass block. So this is really useful. Let's say, and now, I'm an admin. Let's check who places block. Oh, it's LanderYT. We have to ban him. Now obviously CoreProtect doesn't just have inspect, it also has a lot of lookup features, but we're not going to go into that too deeply. We're just going to hopefully hope that it was going to be useful one day, and we're going to be able to use it, because obviously we're going to have players and they're going to cause problems, so it's fine. Anyways, the next thing we want to do is pretty freaking simple. So we have a Minecraft world, right? And this is 0, as you guys can see. And what we want to do is we want to set a smaller world border so that the players are actually able to do things here. So my plan is to set the world to 20,000. So that's what we're going to be doing. So first of all, we're going to set the world border here, right? Okay. Can I just... That's better. Okay. So now we do world border. Set it to, so if you guys set the world border to 20,000, that means you're gonna make it to 40,000, because that is basically how this game works. So it's gonna go from this side 20,000, and it's gonna go over here for 20,000. So that's why we made it to 40,000 blocks instead of 20,000. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Anyhow, the next thing we want to do is actually setting a starter kit for the players. Obviously, this is not my style, okay? But imagine the server being about 2 months old. Every single animal and resources around the spawn area has been exhausted to the brim. How are new players going to survive in the wild, right? So that's why I'm going to give them a little starter kit. So let's hop right into it. As you guys can see, we are at File Manager, and what we're gonna do is go to Home Plugins, and we're gonna go to Essentials, and once we're there, we're gonna go into kit.yml, as you guys can see right here. This is the kit that we are supposed to get when we first join the server. So what we want to do is we're gonna change this to cooked beef 32. Okay, everyone is gonna get some meat for the first time they join. And obviously we're going to get rid of the rest of the items, because it's not very useful, isn't it? So let's get rid of that, and we're going to save. I'm going to show you guys. We're going to kit tools, and we're going to get 32. Alright, everybody. So now the next thing we want to do is we just want to protect spawn. Obviously we don't want anyone to just... No, that's not going to happen. So we're just going to do something pretty simple right here, okay? We're just going to make spawn... Gonna do that, and now we're just gonna go all the way to the lake, and we're gonna do this. And I believe if I do expand invert. Yeah, it's gonna do top to bottom. So now everything is covered. And what you want to do right now is do RG define, I believe. Yeah, RG define. Let's say spawn 1. And we can do RG flags. And we can see everything we can do here. So what you want to do is obviously disable what you want to not happen. So obviously this is not a non-PvP server, but I still want PvP to be on. So I'm going to let it be like that. Okay, we're just gonna remove some important ones like respawn anchors, TNT. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so that is some basic spawn protection. So we're good with that. Okay, and the next thing we want to do is actually a lot of configuration. So for example, okay, I'm gonna give you guys a real example. Let's say, oh, I'm so low on health. Whatever will I do, right? Oh, I know what I can do. I can just slash spawn. And that's kind of cheating, don't you think? So, what you want to do is actually prevent people from doing spawn immediately. We want people to, like, wait like 10 seconds or whatever, so they can die. I don't necessarily want the players to die, but, like, I would want the players to actually accept their fate. So, that's why we want spawn to have a little delay, and the same goes for slash home and like slash whatever if we ever want to add that. So I think the current plan of action is going to add one home for literally everyone on the server. Like, no one's going to have a big advantage in this game. Definitely don't want this to be a pay to win that's going to be against Minecraft terms of service, I believe. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. Alright, so of course, following the tradition, we have to prevent people from going to spawn to escape death. So what I just installed is another spawn plugin, which for me, it doesn't give a cooldown, but for normal players, we're gonna get a cooldown. So anyhow, we also did a death coordinates whenever you die. I don't think slash back is very nice. I want the players to work for their own things. So what I did is I did a little configuration on essentials, and what it does is when I, for example, just do this, I'm gonna see where I died. So that's pretty convenient. Alright, so now if you guys want to add actual ranks on the server, you guys need to do a lot of permission work, and I don't even have that big of a knowledge to show you guys how this actually works. But for starters, we're gonna do LP editor, as you guys can see right here. And once we click enter, it's gonna send us a link, and we can get this link, go on our browser, and we're gonna figure things out. So let's do it. Okay, welcome to LuckPerm's editor. So it's pretty simple. We're gonna focus on groups and users. So here we have groups, and this is where we add all the ranks and permissions and stuff. So the first thing we want to do is we have a default group, which is where we're going to add the permission for all of our new players and all that. So we're just going to do something pretty simple, like for example, if we want them to be able to, let's say, set home, for example, then we can do home and home compass maybe, and we can also do set home, bed, we can do all that, and also del home, because that's useful. There we go. Now if we add all 5 of these, we click apply, it's gonna apply it immediately to the Minecraft server. Sorry, I've not been using that for a long time. Okay, so once we're done with that, we can go back to our server. Alright, so as you guys can see here, after we submit that, we are immediately added all these kinds of permissions. So why don't we give it a test? So first of all, we're just gonna deop ourselves. Deop lander YT. There we go. We are no longer an operator. So now, I can't even switch versions, of course. So that's cool. Anyways, what I can do, I don't think I can TP. You see, I cannot TP, but I can do home. I can do home. And now I can do set home right here, and we can just do home Oh, normal players have a 7 seconds cooldown before they can teleport to their homes. So now you're guaranteed to die if you're in a big trouble. So, yeah, so it's working perfectly. It is working absolutely perfectly. And I also can't break anything, so that's cool. So yeah, that's the basic of luck perms basically. Like, there's obviously a lot to tinker with, but for the time being, that should be enough for you guys. Alright folks, so now we're on to one of my favorite features. So, you guys see the tab list, right? It's kind of boring, it's just my name and all that, but that's going to change, because we are going to add a number of deaths right next to our tab list. So how are we going to do that? So first of all, you want to install this track statistics data pack, which I already did recently. And what you want to do with that is you want to do scoreboard, objectives, set display, list, and then TS depths. And once we do that, there's a number next to my name. It's going to tell us how many deaths I have. So right now I have 1 death, and I can also reset that, but we're going to leave it for that as of now. Alright? Now, if I did this correctly, I should not be able to go to the nether. Oh, I still can. How do I lock the nether? This is awkward. Okay, restart. Turns out I have to disable it in multiverse as well, but I think now it works. So if I just stand here, I should not be able to teleport to the nether at all. Okay, there we go. No nether, no end. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So why am I disabling the nether? Well, the thing is, I don't want the players to beat the ender dragon in the first hour. That will be terrible, right? We want it to be a community event, so that's why we're taking things step by step. Right, and just a little bit of update before the end of this video. As you guys can see right here, I'm actually sitting, and that's because I installed a plugin called GSit, and it basically lets me be like this. And I've also installed an anti-cheat plugin and some other miscellaneous stuff, which, because I don't think it's very suitable for every server that you guys might be interested in, so I'm just gonna leave it as blank. And if you guys do have any questions, be sure to leave a comment down in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to help you guys with everything that you guys are gonna need. So yeah, the next episode is gonna be pretty fun. We're gonna interact with other players for the first time in this Minecraft series, and it's gonna be a bit more fun than the first 2 episodes. I hope so. So yeah, without further ado, I say to you guys, goodbye.